in the 77 kg welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner and fighting out of Sweden, Diego Gonzalez.
Here he comes, Diego Gonzalez. You know, this guy appears to have been around forever. He's been a pro MMA fighter for over 10 years. He's fought all over the world, from UK to Japan. The last time here, his last outing here at Abu Dhabi Warriors was simply incredible. It was the hardest way to win a fight I've ever seen. He got absolutely bashed up and then submitted his opponent later on in the fight. His face was a mess, but his heart was beaming. He really turned himself into a hero that night, and he is an absolute warrior. He never looks in fantastic shape, but he's super fit, and his jiu-jitsu is off the hook, ladies and gentlemen. He's very calm, he's confident in his ability. I'd like to see him improve his striking, but you know, after 10 years, can you teach an old dog new tricks? Well, let's see.
And now his opponent making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, representing Colombia, Carlos Moyano.
Here comes a very confident and a flamboyant Carlos Moyano, all the way from Colombia. Look how confident this guy is. He loves to fight. He's only been fighting professionally since 2012, and his record on paper doesn't compare to Gonzalez. He's 5-3, but Gonzalez, a hugely experienced fighter, 18 wins and 11 losses. Moyano's last outing here ended in defeat, and he is so hungry. He loves fighting on these huge events, and he's just said, there is no way he is getting into this ring tonight and coming away with another loss. Obviously, Gonzalez has got other ideas. You know, it's an interesting one. Moyano's he's gonna try and take the fight to the ground, I believe. I don't know what Gonzalez's plan is. You know, he's a jiu-jitsu practitioner, but he's trained in Bangkok, Thailand. Last year, he spent some time over there trying to polish up his stand-up, which, as I've said, I'd like to see improve. Moyano is very, very aggressive, but will the experience be a determining factor in this fight? And Moyano's coming in with some Thai boxing shorts. Maybe he's going to try and keep the fight standing too.
And now, 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, the fighter on my right, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 172 centimeters tall, weighing in at 77.6 kilos. His professional record, 18 wins, 11 defeats. Representing Sweden, Diego the Silencer Gonzalez. And now his opponent, standing across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He stands 177 centimeters tall, weighing in at 77 kilos. His professional record, 5 wins, only 3 defeats. Representing Colombia, he is the Predator, Carlos Moyano.
Interesting nickname.
When the action begins, Dimitri Sazanon.
Interesting nickname there for Moyano, the Predator. You see him prowling backwards and forwards in his corner. He really is hungry. He wants to get this fight underway. Gonzalez, you know, he's very deceiving. He just looks so calm and just, here we go, another day at the office.
Ready? Are you ready?
Look at Moyano. He just can't wait to get out the blocks.
Carlos Moyano in the red. Diego Gonzalez in the black. Moyano has been all over all the promotional materials here in Abu Dhabi, so everybody's gotten a little taste here of Moyano, Depredador.
He's great. He's a great character, you know. If you look at, he sort of looks a little bit like a young, smaller version of Vanderlei Silva.
Absolutely, I could see it. I could see it. And if he's fighting like Vanderlei, then he's always going to have fans.
Well, you know, one thing MMA does need. Oh, nice knee there from Moyano. You know, one thing we do need there is fighters with personalities. It's an entertainment industry, Cyrus, you know.
Absolutely. We can say it over and over again, but you have to sell yourself when it comes to this industry. If you want the big fights and the big stage, like Abu Dhabi Warriors, then you better be out there marketing yourself. See Moyano there with the missed kick. These two not wasting any time engaging.
It's interesting. So, you know, I mean, I'm a bit biased because I come from a stand-up background. I was just there, a nice inside kick there, but I think the low kick is so underused in MMA. The jab and the low kick, they're so effective.
And body shots. Don't ever forget about body shots. Rarely do you see a fighter try to punch to the body. And it can be so effective on taking the wind out and stopping an opponent. A takedown attempt by Diego Gonzalez just turns into a clinch in the corner, putting the pressure on Carlos Moyano.
It's interesting because both guys have got a good pedigree on the ground, but Moyano turned up in his Thai boxing shorts.
Of course, Diego Gonzalez has fought for over 10 years. He's seen it all. He's been to some of the biggest organizations in the world. Moyano has spent most of his time at SFC Striker Fighting Championship in Colombia.
Yeah, and the huge difference in experience here. Diego setting him, I could see that setting him up for that right.
He's a veteran, Grant. That's what he does. Smart, savvy moves by Diego Gonzalez, the silencer.
He's had 29 fights compared to Moyano's.
Oh, big right hand,
fights.
Trying to set up the takedown. Moyano not giving it up, and he does. Picks him up, takes it for a ride.
He's going for a knee bar.
Quick move by Moyano.
Switching it to a heel hook.
Working the legs, yes.
If he straightens that leg out, with Gonzalez in the corner, it's going to be difficult to get that heel hook. I think...
Talk savvy moves, and then Moyano turning that takedown directly into a submission attempt. Tough to get those leg submissions. You give up so much position when you do it. You leave yourself open in so many ways. Moyano just trying to get out.
Gonzalez returning the gesture with a heel hook attempt of his own. That's really tight.
Ooh, tough. Diego Gonzalez, can he wrench that ankle? No, he's leaving himself wide open. Big hammer fist coming down on Diego Gonzalez. He has taken a lot of damage. And a knee. Moyano giving him all that he can handle, Grant.
Yeah, but do you know what? He should have really pounced on Gonzalez then and just been relentless with the strikes. I know you don't want to punch yourself out and gas early on in the fight, you know, expending too much energy, but he had an opening there. I think he hurt Gonzalez.
Oh, I think so as well. Too many unanswered shots by Moyano as he is in the driver's seat, you would assume.
He should push away now, recompose himself, get his distance.
Working the knees, Carlos Moyano, Depredador.
Oh, Thai clinch from Gonzalez. Nice knee there to the body.
This one's right in front of us, Grant. We got a front row seat for this. Now Gonzalez turning the tides. Looking to get a sweep and bring this thing back down to the ground. Not able to. What a fight we got here between these two. That was a nice right hand. This is turning into a war, Grant Waterman.
Gonzalez just, you know, it doesn't matter what his opponents throw at him. Oh, nice little conversation from Moyano there. Gonzalez will just keep coming forward no matter if he's busted up or not. He closes the distance again. You can see what he wants to do.
Trying to drag him to the ground. Gonzalez not able to do so.
It'd be interesting to see the shape they're in at the end of this round. Physically, cardio-wise.
The little punches, the small punches in the clinch are doing damage on top of those hammer fists that he did land.
Look at Moyano, he's exhausted at the end of that first round.
That was a tough round indeed. Both fighters giving it their all. Who came out on top of that round? That one's a hard one to call, be honest with you, Grant. Both fighters had their moments, as we'll see here in the replay. This was the takedown from Diego Gonzalez that went directly into that leg submission attempt.
Well, Gonzalez he was successful with 2 takedowns there. The ground and pound would have shone to the judges.
There's those right hands, they were sneaking through. Had he continued to stay on this, there you go, quick move there by Gonzalez, the recovery. Diego Gonzalez, as we're speaking, is already in the center of the ring, ready to go.
He's ready to rock and roll.
Moyano is still on his stool being tended to.
You know, Gonzalez, he's got a funny body shape. He doesn't particularly look like a finely tuned athlete. But this time back here at Abu Dhabi Warriors 4, he looks leaner and meaner than he has done in a long time.
Great shape indeed. Fight. Dmitry Sazonov gets us started. It's round number 2 here. Our second fight of Abu Dhabi Warriors 4. These two welterweights throwing down in a slugfest. We've seen a little bit of everything in this fight, the striking, the wrestling, and the grappling.
Gonzalez is closing the gap. He's doing it for one reason and one reason only, and that's to get the takedown. Maybe he needs that other underhook. You can see him
Pressure.
Inside. He's just waiting to open a gap. He'll get that other underhook. If he gets the body lock, I'm sure he'll get the takedown. Unless he drops now for a single.
Just relentless in the takedown event now. Backs up. It separates. Will we see an explosion out of Moyano? Oh, he set up that takedown attempt perfectly. Can he drag him to the ground? Relentless has been Diego Gonzalez.
It's a completely different ball game. When the fighters are pushed up against the ropes, as opposed to the fence of an octagon, it's a different ball game. And unless they've been training specifically for fighting in a ring, then maybe their game plan, goes out the window.
Oh, without a doubt. I have to agree with you 100%.
And see that sprawl there with his legs back there, that Moyano, stuffing the takedown. You can't do that in an octagon, because obviously you can't push your legs back.
We've talked about this. You got Diego Gonzalez coming out of Europe, where traditionally you see a lot of fights happen inside of a ring. Of course, I know you have a few cages in the UK. That being said, is Moyano more accustomed to the cage? Is that where he's having issues?
This is punishing. This nice knee is relentless for that takedown, Gonzalez. He's just going to keep going until he gets it.
And he's not really giving up any sort of space at all. He's going for the takedown, and Moyano has yet to get himself out of this predicament in the corner.
But you see you see those short little strikes. I think that's a good call from Dimitri there, separating them. You know, the fight wasn't going anywhere.
Fight.
Diego Gonzalez, will he set up that takedown once again? And he does. Looking for the attempt.
Well,
he's locked his hands.
He needs to get them below Moyano's hips. Right to the trip. There we go.
Directly into the guard of Carlos Moyano.
I don't think I've ever seen a fight with Gonzalez in it where eventually he doesn't get the takedown. Kimura attempt.
Wrenching back on that arm, trying to isolate the arm and finish this fight, and it is behind the back of Moyano. Can he do enough to get a submission? Diego Gonzalez, the savvy veteran, he's been in there with a lot of tough customers. Moyano's still early in his professional career. Wrenching back.
You know, for those, yeah, Moyano's he's coming outside the ropes. I can see what he's doing. he wants the referee to restart them.
There he now
He's out of the
loses the
submission.
Kimura attempt.
Yeah, they're going to have to restart it. There we go. This is going to be a difficult one, an interesting one, whether Dimitri starts them in the same position.
And it looks like he's going to.
Yeah, I'd have liked to see him start them in the center of the ring there, otherwise he's going to have to restart them again very shortly.
One would assume Diego Gonzalez continues to put the pressure on.
He's passed.
Now trying to get that
he's got the arm
triangle. Can he put enough pressure on to tap out Carlos Moyano? This is tough. That's a bad position to be in.
You can hear his breath.
Squeezing the life
He's out.
out of Carlos Moyano, and he is completely out. Moyano is out, and the silencer has done just that here in Abu Dhabi. Silences Depredador in our second fight. How about that finish, Grant Waterman? He worked at it, and he finally put it away. A beautiful show of submission skills by Diego Gonzalez. Let's take a look. You can see it a mile away once he got in that position and he got to the side of Moyano. You knew it was going to be trouble, and he just continued to pour on the pressure. Moyano did not give up. He did not tap, but that was it. He was out. Thankfully, he is back. He's going to be all right, but a big win by the silencer. What a win by Diego Gonzalez of Sweden.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dmitry Sazonov stops this fight at 4:18 of round number 2. Your winner by tap out to the arm triangle, Diego the Silencer Gonzalez. Presenting the award to the winner, Diego Gonzalez's Tully Marcus.